Bill, are you there?
I am here, yes.
Alright. Yeah, I tried calling you earlier today a couple times, and between all the customer calls, I've been really freaking busy. Manufacturers all day, all sorts of crazy stuff all week. So hopefully we can make this quick. I'm trying to figure out, who I want to use here for all the customers. And I'll be honest, I haven't really heard good things from everybody else, just kind of telling me the same bullshit over and over again. About why they're the best, blah, 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 blah. I don't think they really get me to get my site. So, I'm hoping you'll tell me something new here or whatever. I went on your site and, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like do you just run a clinic? What do you do?
We actually, we operate a chain of hyperbaric clinics, and so we treat people every day with a wide variety of issues, and then we also rent and sell new and used chambers all over the world. And by the fact that we operate a chain of clinics, it actually helps us sell chambers because hyperbaric therapy is relatively new. The medical community is just kind of endorsing hyperbaric therapy, and the problem is that people have more questions than they have answers. They've heard that this can help, but they don't really believe it or know how.
So wait, are you you're like an educational arm? I'm confused here. So people are, all right, so you run clinics, yeah.
Here's the challenge, is that there are two challenges. Number one, people want to know what the hyperbaric chamber can and can't do for them.
Right.
And then they want to know what chambers should they be interested in. What will the chambers all come in small, medium, and large. Which ones will work for them? What manufacturer is the best? Some people, their budget can only afford the less expensive chambers. You kind of get what you pay for, though. The higher priced chambers are higher priced for a reason. The lower priced chambers are lower priced for a reason. But if somebody's got a serious health issue and all they can afford is a less expensive chamber, then that's what they have to go with. It's better than nothing.
Are you talking about new chambers?
Pardon?
Are you talking about new chambers?
Yes.
All right, well, help me wrap my mind around this, because why would somebody get a new chamber if they're having all these financial issues? Just get a used chamber.
That's a really good question. Why would somebody buy a new chamber instead of a used chamber? Well, quite honestly, there's several reasons. Number one, when you buy a used chamber, you don't know the history of that chamber. You don't know what it was used for. Did somebody have AIDS? Did somebody have MRSA? If there was mold in the home where the chamber came from, you have to nuke the chamber. It can't be cleaned. It's done. It's over. When you buy a used chamber, you don't know what you're rolling the dice.
Yeah, but what about certification? Can't you get it certified through a manufacturer? To get rid of... Yeah.
Can you what?
You can get certified used or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. And we prefer, if we sell a used chamber, we prefer that it came from the manufacturer because it's tested, it's sanitized, and comes with a warranty as a brand new chamber. The other factor is that really these chambers don't wear out, depending on the brand that you use. So when you see a used chamber on the market, why? Why? Because when people buy a chamber, they keep it forever. They use it for the rest of their life, and they should. When you start getting a chamber, you should never get out. It will reduce the risk of cancer. It will reduce the risk of stroke. It will reduce the risk of Alzheimer's and dementia. Who doesn't want that? proven statistic. 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 women will acquire cancer in their lifetime.
I know all that. I know that. But I mean, what? Wait. Okay. But there's a lot of chambers that end up on the market just from the simple standpoint that a lot of chambers are being sold, and that once people heal themselves with this great therapy from whatever they're having to deal with, and they feel better and they're healed or whatever, the condition subsides, whatever it is, they don't need the chamber anymore. So I'm just saying there's a lot of chambers probably on the market just because they don't need the chamber any longer. I mean, this is why I'm going back to, you know, why you get a new chamber. You can just get treatments for 6 months, maybe a year, get over your condition, and then you don't really need that therapy anymore. You transition into something else. I mean, is that not the reason why there's used chambers floating around on the market?
I might disagree with you just a little bit, and I'm not really disagreeing with you, but the fact is that you never stop needing a hyperbaric chamber, because it will add years to your life and life to your years. It will reduce your risk of stroke, it will reduce your risk of cancer, and it will reduce your risk of Alzheimer's and dementia. So why would once I own one, why would I stop using it?
Okay. But that's not the reason that people get it. They're not buying, you know, a $10,000 chamber, you know, so that they can reduce their risk. I'm sorry, I mean, I would like to believe in an ideal world of preventative psychology that people have, but they don't, as you know. They get it because, oh, we're in deep shit, you know, I can't live my life, or I'm about to die, I should probably get a chamber, you know, and then once they're not, you know, in that major risk category, you know how people are. I mean, then they get rid of it. You know, maybe they want to make some of their money back that they spend. Maybe they need the money. I don't know.
You're 100% correct. People buy it because they have Lyme disease, or they have fibromyalgia, or they have a stroke. And once that health issue is realistic, but what happens, I mean, this is a commitment. You're taking an hour to an hour and a half a day to get in that chamber. And when people are hurting, they get in that chamber every day. But once that pain goes away and they're feeling better, all of a sudden it becomes a burden instead of a necessity. And all of a sudden they find out that they've had that chamber laying around for a year in storage and they're not using it anymore, and so they put it on the market and sell it. So, yeah, there's definitely a market for used chambers. Still, it's kind of rolling the dice. I would prefer to have it tested at the factory to make sure it's in good working order, but realistically, you can probably do that at any time.
All right. I mean, okay. I'm not going to move on here. What about, I mean, I get calls all the time, 24/7, morning, night. All right, I usually interrupt whatever I'm doing to deal with it. And this is my primary concern here is you guys you run a chamber, I mean, you run a clinic, you know, that seems like it's thriving and busy, so, I mean, that's great. But, I mean, I don't know if that's good for my business, because you know, my policy is I help people whenever they need help, stop what I'm doing, you know, that's basically priority number 1 for me. I mean, it doesn't sound like you're going to be able to do that if you're also running a clinic or whatever.
No, I respect that. And the difference with us is that we care about our people. We are not just out to sell a chamber. You know, most of the people that are selling chambers, that's all they do is sell chambers. That's how they make their money. Our primary job is to run clinics. We have 9 clinics. And so we're treating people on a full-time basis. And so we're not here. We don't have to sell a chamber to survive to tomorrow.
Right.
So we care. And that's the other thing. Because we operate clinics, we can tell people what the chamber can do and what it can't do. And we're honest with them because we don't want them coming back 2 months later and say, hey, you told me it would do this, and it didn't. We don't have to lie to the people to get the sale.
No, I mean, I can respect that. I mean, because I'm not a salesperson. A lot of people call me. They're pissed off. They're like, you know, I'm sick of talking to salespeople. I'm glad you're not a salesperson. That's why I get a lot of calls. And I like, then, it sounds like that you're not a salesperson. I mean, I do like that. I like that you're not just telling me that you're not a salesperson like everybody else who says, hey, we're not salespeople, even though they're salespeople. I like actually in a way that, if you weren't selling any chambers, you wouldn't really care. Because, you have nine freaking clinics. You have a whole other thing that you're doing.
To this too. So to buy a chamber for in-home use, these chambers are FDA certified for in-home use. But you have to have a prescription to put this chamber in your home.
Right.
And many of the companies can't provide that. Well, because we have clinics, we have in-house physicians that can supply the prescription. And with that prescription, you can write the purchase off of your taxes because it's a prescribed medical device for in-home use.
I like that. That's a problem I have. A lot of people, they call me, I tell them they need a prescription, they're like, they have no clue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then, we have a variety of financing options available because many of our patients, it's more economical for them to buy a chamber than it is to come in for treatment for the next 6 months.
No, I understand all that. Is it possible to get financing on a used chamber?
Yes, we have companies that will finance 100%, nothing down, and your payments will run anywhere from $180 to about $450 a month, depending on the chamber you pick out and your credit. But we have a company that promotes our finance down to a 550 credit score. So
I was just about to ask you because a lot of people slip through the cracks, don't have good financing because people getting these chambers already have a lot of medical bills, they already have a lot of debt. Their credit is probably already suffering. That's the realistic picture here. And there's a lot of just crappy financing. I don't know. There's people that call me all the time. I'm like, I tried to get financing, I didn't, and then it's this mother and autistic son. They're like, what am I going to do next? So I'm trying to find them a used chamber. I'm trying to. The other thing is rental. I don't even know. At least that's an option. But you go to 550 credit score, maybe that would help out some of these people. I don't know.
You hit the nail on the head. 80% of it, because insurance doesn't cover hyperbaric therapy for the majority of health issues, 80% of the people that really need hyperbaric therapy can't afford it. And if they go to a clinic, they're looking at, well, I'm going to give you an example. Here in our area, if you went to the hospital to get in the chamber, it would cost you $2,600 for an hour in the chamber.
Unbelievable.
You can buy, so compare that to buying a chamber and have a payment of $300 a month.
Yeah.
Huge difference. So we're here to help people to steer them in the right direction. And our job is to give these people a better life. We see miracles every week. We have MS patients that couldn't be the bathe themselves, that are working 40 hours a week off of all their meds. I have children with cerebral palsy that are running and jumping for the first time in their lives.
No, I know. I've done a lot of the research. That's exactly why I'm involved with this right now. That's the only reason. Because I do think it's a great therapy, for sure. All right. I gotta go. Probably give you a call, maybe, follow up. I need to make a few other calls with people, manufacturers, distributors, blah, blah, blah. And then, I don't know, I'm hoping to have an answer by next week. So maybe you'll hear from me by email or whatever. I'm basically whoever I pick, I'm going to try out, for a little bit with my customers and see how it goes. I appreciate the time, I really do, and I like some of the things I heard, but I'll get back to you, whether it's a yes or no, maybe next week.
I appreciate it.
All right.
So call me anytime.
All right, appreciate that, Bill. All right, take it easy. See you later.